moving forward, I mentioned municipal broadband. The FCC just voted to overturn regulations hindering that in North Carolina and Tennessee. Are those, another downer question for me, is that actually going to stand up in court as well? Because I'm pretty sure we have some disagreement between someone sitting next to me and someone sitting 10 feet that way.
So look, we've put forth our strongest argument, all right? So what we've done, just to step back a minute, is we got a petition from the Electronic Power Board of Chattanooga, Tennessee, which built the country's first gigabit network, and also a petition from the city of Wilson, North Carolina. And they are not, because of restrictions in their state laws, they're not allowed to expand beyond their footprint. And there was a woman who came, so we voted on these preemptions the same day that we voted on net neutrality. And there was a guy from Tennessee who came, and the chairman made him stand up and told the story. His name was Richard Thornton. He lives 3/4 of a mile from where EPB, the Electric Power Board's allowed to provide service. He pays $316 a month for a combination of mobile hotspots, satellite service, and TV. If he lived 3/4 of a mile closer, he'd pay $133 a month. Right? So, I mean, it's an amazing story, and not the only one. But the fact of the matter is, we've made the best argument we can make. There is some Supreme Court precedent that's not friendly to us, but we think our argument is sustainable. But let me say this, with no disrespect to the lawyers at the FCC, I think we have a very good chance of winning. Even if we don't win, what we've done is if we've raised this issue to a national platform, and we're already starting to see activity catalyzed in places where they have restrictions and where they don't have restrictions. So, for example, Connecticut, the state of Connecticut put out an RFP for, request for proposals to build a gigabit network throughout the state. And 100 of 169 towns are interested. So people believe that community broadband is an idea whose time has come. They're sick and tired of monopoly and duopoly, and they want to build their own, and they want to decide what kind of network, what kind of broadband competition they want. Now, regardless of, the court case is going to take time, but we've already had people from 3 other states come to us asking us whether they should file a petition. So if we do win, I do expect there to be a steady stream of petitions from other states asking us to preempt. Now, we've got to judge them on the facts. All right, all the laws are different, but trust me, Texas is one place. The city council of San Antonio, I met with about 3 or 4 of the city council members. They are chomping at the bit to build community broadband, and they, I think they may be one of the states knocking at the door if we succeed.
And just sort of big picture, right? There are cities that want to do municipal, city-owned, fiber, high-speed internet, and what happened is companies like Verizon, AT&T, the unholy triad of Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T went to the state level in I don't know how many states, 20-something?
19 states.
19
or
states.
Texas included.
Texas included, and just said, passed state-level laws saying you cities can't build these networks, or you need permission, or all these different limitations. And then the FCC went one level higher and preempted the state laws to then permit some of the cities to do good stuff. And so they did it the same day as the net neutrality order. Had they done it any other day, it would have been major national news and an amazing shock that, like, wow, the FCC did something amazing for consumers. And it was kind of unnoticed because of the importance of the net neutrality order. But,
it was kind of on purpose.
Yeah, well.
You're going to do 2 controversial things, try to bury one, right?
Anyway, thank you, FCC. Nice work.
I'm curious about is a judicial challenge the bigger danger, or a legislative challenge a bigger danger? And really, I'm curious if Chip has a perspective on that.
So the question is the legislative challenge or the judicial challenge?
Yeah,
Yes.
which one is bigger?
Well,
and you mean for open internet or municipal fiber?
I mean for the municipal fiber.
Okay.
You mean in Congress?
Well, Well, to give you a little bit of history, I got to work on as a Senate staffer the 1996 Telecom Act, which ended all monopolies, created competitive interconnection, and it really laid the groundwork for what we've seen in the wireless and other competitive options that we do have over the last 20 years. And so as Congress looks at a possible rewrite, and they're beginning to discuss that, around the country you've had these different state legislative bodies that have preempted municipal entry. It really does get back to the question is how do we solve the last mile lack of competition? How do we go from a scarcity of last mile broadband, wired and wireless, to an abundance? We now have something that we haven't had in the last 20 years. Broadband internet service is an economic driver that whether you're in Austin, Texas, or in Laurel, Mississippi, or small town South Dakota, a co-op, a municipality, a small cable company, a Kansas regional fiber company, they're wanting to go out and deploy fiber networks last mile to the home and to the business, and that is a new good development. If we remove barriers, share the infrastructure, have continuing competition policy and last mile special access and open internet, we can have an abundant supply of broadband versus the scarcity that happens when you allow monopolies and duopolies to dominate.